What's up, everybody? This is the Bros Gone Wild podcast. What is going on, you sexy people? This is another episode of the Bros Gone Wild podcast. This podcast is a self-help, life tips, comedic angles, and overall current events in the world that you can sit down, relax on a Sunday, catch up through all the news you missed the week previous, and just get a little taste of the bros. The taste of the bros chilling, taste of the bros relaxing. And yeah, once you have that warm coffee, that smooth jam, you can just take it all in. So first off, guys, we want to get to our Twitter question, correct?
Absolutely.
Oh.
We had a good one this week.
All right. Do you guys have that pulled up?
Yeah, we do.
Exactly.
So
It's not too difficult of a question, but...
not too difficult at all. We just wanted to ask our followers what they thought of the O.J. Simpson verdict back in 94, 95.
Interesting.
And did he do it or did he not? And, actually, I think the answers were no or
Oh, it was just yes or no.
I'm thinking of the...
That was
last
the...
I'm sorry.
the
Just yes or no.
Did OJ do it? Yes or no?
Just straight up.
So did he do it or not?
Well, I think he did.
Oh, he absolutely did it. I mean, it's kind of a running joke right now because Jonah and I have just recently watched American Crime Story, but I always joke about how he didn't do it because in the books, he technically didn't do it. He was a free man, or not right now, but he will be soon.
It's crazy.
He's up for parole. He could be out as soon as July.
So wait, what exactly? I know he's in jail right now for a different crime he did.
Yeah, so...
What exactly is he in jail
It
right
was,
now for?
armed robbery and kidnapping, I believe?
Armed robbery and, attempted kidnap or something.
man.
He had, yeah.
What, you escape it once, narrowly.
Yeah, you'd
And
think...
you would think he would try to stay out of trouble.
The system always finds a way.
Supposedly, some guy had some autographed merchandise, and OJ was running a little low on money, so he wanted his signed merchandise back. So he went to this guy's hotel room, said, this isn't yours, this is mine, pulled a gun on the dude, and the rest is history.
Wait, you're telling me he tried to steal someone's merchandise that's signed by him?
Yep. It was.
Why did you just sign something? Wait, what?
Right, maybe...
That might be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
The only thing I can think of is it was something valuable,
A jersey?
What he autographed had to have been something special.
Helmet
You know what I
or
mean?
something.
He
Yeah.
could just sit there and John Hancock everything and toss that on eBay.
Right? You would think.
Wow,
Foolish.
that's very interesting. So you guys voted yes. I'm actually impressed. We got 57 votes and 63% yes, 37% no. That's a lot of no's.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe people actually don't believe he did it. There's obviously a group of people that don't think he did it. I wonder if that's actually indicative of in our poll, or if it's more people just, clicking
Screw
no.
It is, yeah.
But the one thing that makes me kind of question it is, you said they found the murder weapon last year, recently?
Yeah. So they actually had found the knife that was supposedly used in the act of murdering the two people.
Right, and it was buried in the backyard where the murders took place.
On the property, yeah.
The only thing that makes me, that kind of makes me question it, because if you're so careful as to murder, or bury the murder weapon, why would he have been so careless with the glove that was found at his place and all the blood that was found at his place? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's
if he
a
was
great point.
if he was so careful as to make sure that he hid the murder weapon so well, because obviously they didn't find it until after 10, 15 years later.
Oh, at least.
You know what I mean? So why was he so careless with the gloves? It kind of makes me question if he actually did do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
So wait, what exactly did they find with blood? What is that? I know the glove. I remember that. But...
there was a glove found where the murders took place, and there was also the other glove, because there's a left and a right
It fit
hand.
his hand perfectly, or no, it didn't fit his hand. That's right.
That was the big.
You guys are
fuck
the
up in
masters. I haven't watched any of this.
That was the
but-
big fuck up in the trial, but
One
they found one glove at the murder, and then one glove at his place, and then they also found blood at his property as well as in his car in the white Bronco.
His blood was all over everything because he had recently cut himself on whatever, he said a glass. He changed up his story actually, but
Yeah.
he had an injury right after the murder, and his blood was everywhere around that property. So like, it's amazing that the guy didn't get charged with.
The case is it was such a shit show of a case. It was botched in so many ways.
I'm not saying I'm losing faith in our judicial system, but when I see stuff like that, it almost makes you think like
Some of the double jeopardy stuff
Right.
is crazy. That if once they say it's no, and
It's
they
no.
could find out, he could come out and say, "Yeah, I did it" and stuff. They still can't do anything
no.
because they already ruled
right.
it. That
Which,
is
I
wild
mean,
to me.
Yeah, there's good and bad, obviously. I mean,
Oh no, yeah.
if
There's
you
always
can-
going to be situations like
right.
that.
You can screw it up, and then 2 years after the trial, you could find something that is super damning that incriminates them without a doubt, but you can't try him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hit or miss. What I thought was interesting about the trial, though, was that like OJ never really identified like as a black person. Like he always kind of like if you listen to anybody who knew him, he didn't see himself as black. He said he saw himself as OJ, just kind of like as his own like
It's weird.
person.
Which
but
basically means he saw himself as being white.
you're right. He hung out with white people. He didn't really hang out with a ton of black people. And then, as soon as the trial happened, he couldn't have been more black. You know what I mean? They made it into a huge race thing about how he was, he was discriminated against because he was black when really he had a ton of rich white friends. He was friends with the police officers
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's super interesting. Yeah.
The rich white man was his best friend.
Uh-huh.
Because towards the end of his career, I don't know if he had drinking issues or what, but he was kind of strapped for cash, so he liked to think of himself as like a businessman.
Yeah.
So rich old white guys are kind of your ticket into that door. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The NFL players, the NBA players, whatever, how into gambling they are. It's unbelievable.
it really is.
And to see how quickly they lose their money just
Well,
blows
it's-
me away.
I think it's a combination, it's a lot of, I mean, obviously not all athletes are uneducated, but a lot of, there's a lot of uneducated people who all of a sudden come into big money, and so, you start gambling a little bit when you have money, which is fine, and gambling's fun, and many people enjoy it, but, when you're not educated enough and you start getting addicted to that money, I think that's where
I
part
feel
of it
like-
comes up.
Yeah.
And then I think another part is there are a lot of stories about like professional athletes that do have gambling issues, but I don't know if it's more or if it's just there's a lot of
Select
athletes.
few.
I'm curious
Right.
to know
Too
if
bad
it's
he's
more
not.
with athletes than the normal person or not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like there's two big reasons why they fall into that gambling thing. The one is they don't realize that they're only going to make this a ridiculous amount of money
for a short period of time.
for 6 years, for 8 years, whatever that might be. So they think that they're not going to get this their whole life, and they're getting so much money that it's almost like, why not, whatever.
Right.
And then the other part is once they, and then just the fact that NBA players, they play at 8 p.m., they play at 10 o'clock or whatever that might be. So what do these guys do all day if you're trying to so a lot of them play video games to kind of do whatever, but also a lot of them go and gamble and do whatever if they're at a city
Even-
and stuff like that. So it's just those things kind of
Even with
pile on each
NBA
other.
though, like NBA, like they're playing on a night-to-night basis. Like NFL, you have one game a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You play
Yeah.
16 games a year, maybe more if you're lucky, but
And
there's
I
a
was-
lot of downtime.
I was only
There is.
saying it for the NBA for the fact that they I don't know. I just kinda
They're going
was
from
like-
city to city. They're not home as much. Like
Well,
NFL players are home during
about
the week
being
and
a-
But
stuff.
what can you do before you play an 8 p.m. game? You kind of have to sit around. You can't tire yourself out by going in the sun
No,
or
yeah.
whatever. So you kind of try and find stuff where you are sitting. You are just using your brain rather than your body.
It's also slightly like that adrenaline rush that kind of competing gives you.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
that's
like
a
that.
good point as
absolutely.
well.
It's a risk. You're taking a risk. People love that.
Uh-huh.
And just think about being 21 years old or even 19. Some of these kids are 19 stumbling into $1 million contracts.
That's what's so crazy.
I mean,
We're
yeah,
s-
I'm going to go out and buy something nice, or I'm going to go to the casino, it just
Right.
happens.
There's always
Oh,
people
yeah.
trying to take advantage of you.
Right.
And, it's hard to know who to trust.
It would be, I'm not saying it would be the hardest, but it definitely wouldn't be the easiest to live with that much money. You just
Listen.
have a lot more to deal with.
I would be okay with having that issue.
No,
All I'm
yeah,
saying.
No,
It's a
I'll
good
figure it
issue to
out.
have.
I'll figure it out.
It is a good issue to have. You got to worry about that because you can get irresponsible.
Oh
fast.
no,
It
absolutely,
happens.
absolutely. But we're coming off spring break.
Yeah.
Joshua,
Fresh out of Mexico.
Yeah, let's hear from Josh. Well, how was the break, bud?
barely got past the border, but the break was excellent. Yeah, so I went to not Punta Cana, I'm stupid.
Playa del Carmen.
Playa del Carmen. I don't know, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Had a blast there. Perfect weather, 85 and sunny, just about every day.
Run into any rain or?
We had one spurt, one day, 20 minutes of a downpour where we kind of had to leave our seats, and it was pretty windy, but that was the worst weather we had. So
That's awesome.
You really can't complain.
85 and sunny. It's not too hot, so you can sit outside all day. But it's it's hot enough to where you want to go in the water.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, and it was nice. Our hotel was set up well so that the wind was coming in a lot, so you'd be in your chairs for an hour before you had to go in the pool or whatever, just because
nice
you get
breeze.
that
Catch a nice-
constant breeze,
yeah,
and
catch
it's
a nice
always
draft.
cooling you off. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it was a blast, and it was a really cool resort in the fact that they were so Mexican in
Really?
a sense. Yeah, because you go to all these resorts, whether it's in the Bahamas, whether it is in Mexico or Cancun, whatever, you go to these places and you expect Mexican just because you're going there. And finally, this was one of the resorts that was truly, I had tacos probably every single day. I had so much guacamole, I just about drowned in it.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, it was perfect. I loved it. There was a taco truck that was awesome and unbelievable food, and everything was very Mexican.
Didn't
I
drink the
loved it.
water though? Bottled water?
Did not drink
Good.
the water.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
man.
blast. And I actually learned the correct way to do a tequila shot.
Which
It
is,
is quite interesting.
Hey, let's hear it.
well, you bite into a lime first, and
No,
then
apparently the lime is one of the most disrespectful things for tequila.
why?
Yeah, because it's not appreciating the tequila. So yeah, we went to a lesson in a sense. It was at our
gosh.
favorite bar, the 1910, I believe.
Sign
was
me
the
up
name
for
of the
that.
bar. So we had a 30-minute session, and we got to try all this expensive tequila while we were doing it. But he gave the history and how it started with the Aztecs and taking it all the way back to, also a cool thing, the plant can grow for 5 to 7 years without any water, which is
Wow.
Whoa.
one of the only plants in the world that can really do that.
Huh.
But yeah, just told us all this awesome information about it, and then of course we got to, because that was his drawing for people. I'll teach you how to do a correct tequila shot, and this Mexican guy was awesome. But so yeah, so the way it works is all right, so I'm meant to break this down. So it's all about smelling the tequila. So you have the shot of it in your hand and you smell it, and it's the sense of you should smell it not too hard, but a light smell for 1 to 2 seconds. And once you have that in your nose, you're supposed to not breathe. So you smell it for 1 to 2 seconds, not breathe. You take the shot, you just drink it, you hold it in your mouth, and you can breathe out of your nose at that point, but you hold it until the tingling goes away on your tongue. So you pour it in, you wait for the tingling to go away, and then right when that kind of goes away, it's about 1.5 to 2 seconds, you swallow, and then immediately exhale, kind of blow out like Grant used to show us. So you immediately exhale, and it was super easy. We were trying all these different types of tequila. I was having shots that were $25 shots, and they taste unbelievable.
Wow.
And
I don't
of
know
course,
if I could do that.
I'm telling you, it's partially because it is such nice tequila that we were having.
It's probably smooth.
Because I don't think I could do that for a Jose or whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was a very cool lesson. And
That's sweet. Any La Cucarachas?
no, they didn't have them. They don't at the resort. They didn't allow setting the shots on fire.
Oh,
It was a rule they had.
That's
No,
no fun.
no
The
fun.
guy
No
was
fun
he
rule?
was all impressed that we knew it though. It was pretty funny.
Now, I've been meaning to ask you, Club Galaxy, did they have a version of that?
Well, they
Come
had to
on
have had
now.
a club.
No, not really.
No
they had Sky Bar. It was just a nightclubby
Yeah.
bar in that sense.
Dang, man.
It was just a bunch of 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. No.
No, sorry.
It was so depressing. There was not that many good-looking women there.
Dang.
And everyone, it was
unfortunate.
weird. I've never had this problem in the sense that everyone was either in a stroller or using a walking stick. Everyone, there was no one
Our
my
age?
or yeah, no one
Oh,
my age.
so because they were old, not because just crippled in general,
Nah,
like
yeah,
fell off a bridge
just
or
old,
something.
just
Oh,
old.
wow.
I was gonna say.
Broken feet. Yeah, it was strange, but
Dang.
I
Fun.
don't know.
Fun, though.
Fun. Yeah, a lot of A lot of crazy adults in the pool too. Saw a lot of redneck guzzlers.
Any 3-beer beer bongs with a dip in, by chance? No?
I didn't happen to
Dang.
see no beer bongs. I was actually kind of looking to see if anyone whip it out. No craziness in that. I
No, it
don't-
was very tame.
very tame, and that was the slight bummer, I guess, at times. But
now you like to
no,
get wild.
people loved the redneck guzzlers. That was the one thing we noticed. Everyone has their own mug, so they hand it to the bartender. Hey, can you fill this up with so and so?
Just beer? Just,
Whatever they want. They might do a mixed drink
so
in
it's
there.
like a
they might
bring
do
your own
a,
cup type thing?
Yeah, it's so
Well, they don't give a
weird.
shit. They don't
Oh,
give a
I
shit.
know.
You could do that when we went.
I know, but
I
what's the... I don't know.
I'm
I guess
telling you, if
I don't know.
you go to a resort, you bring your own Wisconsin cup, your own
All
Michigan
right.
State cup.
Yeah.
Lose my number. That's all I'm saying.
I don't get it, but I guess I could see why people would do that. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab a cup from the
I'm
bar
just
and
grab
roll
a
with that.
cold one. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It was kind of weird, but yeah,
Sweet.
excellent trip. There was more wildlife than I've ever seen at a resort. Monkeys swinging around the
Oh,
trees
Yeah,
hell
there
everywhere.
are a lot of resorts like that.
I'll have to show you
go
videos
to.
of it, but it was hilarious. These the kids were feeding the monkeys with apples and shit,
Just roaming around the resort?
running around like
My
like
gosh.
pigs out of a stable.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. Yeah,
Kind of awesome, but kind of terrifying at the same time.
it was unbelievable too, because you would see these mom monkeys, because you could tell they were moms because the baby would be strapped on their side,
Right.
like literally wrapped around it with his arms and legs almost touching on either side, clinging, and you do not get close to those monkeys. They were hissing. They were like, I was like, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
That'd be scary.
But no, yeah, it was pretty. It was
Protective.
intense.
Territorial animals.
Very territorial.
My gosh.
That's cool.
Yeah, great resort though. Great trip and had a good spring break. What did you guys do? How's your stay?
What did
Your
you
break
do,
off.
Jonah? I didn't do much. I don't have much worth talking about. Honestly.
I started off my weekend in Detroit, down at Wayne State. Went and watched a dance show, and then I went and just hung out. I tried VR, virtual reality,
Oh,
which was really cool. I've never
how was
done
that?
it before.
What kind of VR?
Yeah, wait.
Where'd you go?
is
Like,
this-
what'd you do? Like, what was
Oh, so Anna's roommate's boyfriend, Matt,
it? Matt.
has a Google Pixel,
Oh,
and then he
Pixel?
bought the headset to go with it for the VR.
Nice.
And so it was just like, he says the games are really expensive, but he had a couple
Nice.
games. One was a racing game. It was really cool, something brand new to me. I've always wanted to try it. Really cool. You kind of have like a little tiny controller, no big, it's smaller than your phone.
Wow.
That's kind of sweet.
You look around, you look down, you see your hands on the steering wheel. You have rear view mirrors where you can see behind you. You look
my
to the
gosh.
left, you can see
Wow.
somebody to your right.
That's
Dang.
awesome.
It's really cool.
And does that remote that you had that you're using, does that work for all the games in a sense?
Yeah.
Or most
yeah.
of 'em?
Yeah. So like when you put it on, there's like a menu, and you kind of use the remote to like point at what you want to play or what you want to go into and stuff.
That's
It's
awesome.
really cool.
Did you see the Dude Perfect virtual reality episode?
No.
Those guys do everything.
It looked awesome. It looked like so much
Those
fun.
guys have made it. I'm surprised how well they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
They do
guy-
well.
they started off just doing trick shots, and obviously there's only so many trick shots they can do.
Right.
But they continue to pump out
I'm impressed with their
videos.
creativity.
Sponsor.
They have a TV show now
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're living
on
the life.
CMT.
Wow. Yeah, you seen their newest pad? Their newest bachelor pad?
Yeah, they just got a brand new studio.
It is maybe the nicest
oh, just like a playhouse?
sports arena.
Huge warehouse.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Massive. They have a mini hockey rink. They literally have everything you could think of sports wise.
Did you see the Michigan plane that
Yeah.
went off the runway?
That
Scary.
is crazy.
That was scary.
First off, we're fresh out the win. Fresh out of the
Yeah.
Big Ten
Oh, yeah.
champs.
Yeah, we
Michigan
are.
just won. We just finished that
Congrats.
game.
Happy Selection Sunday.
Happy
Yes.
Selection
It's an
Sunday.
exciting day because 3 or 4 more days and we get some serious game time, like as far as college basketball goes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Starts Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can't
Proud
wait.
of 64.
Yeah. And for our fans that are outside of the U.S. This is March Madness. I'm sure we got plenty of people in Europe, in
Asia.
Asia.
Been getting calls from people in Antarctica, actually.
Oh,
my
no,
gosh.
no kidding.
Yeah, a couple of
Yeah,
Eskimos.
so just a warning. We're talking about March Madness. That's what we're referring to. But yeah, so the plane. Holy crap.
Yeah, so on takeoff, they kind of had to abort the takeoff. It was on that day that was ridiculously windy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's why they had to abort. I'm not
It was.
It
positive.
was, yeah.
But so they
Gust.
they got up to speed, and then they couldn't take off, and they ran off the runway.
Apparently, it was a miracle kind of thing the pilot did. And,
Really?
and I don't know if you saw a picture. I
Oh,
didn't,
yeah.
but my dad was saying the wing
It's over
was
like
pretty
a-
snapped. And
they were like over like a ditch almost. It was weird. I was watching ESPN, and Dockich was like, it was, don't make a mistake, it was a crash. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like
people,
it was an
people
actual
got- had
crash.
to get stitches.
Derek Walton, their
His knee
point
got
guard.
hurt?
Yeah, he had to get 5 stitches on his leg.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were any injuries.
So
Wow.
apparently,
It's legit.
you know, it was like everybody was really just fucked up in the head after. And
Oh, yeah.
apparently Beeline, you know, got them together and was like, hey, listen, if you guys don't want to go, we don't have to go. We can forfeit. It's not a big deal. I understand.
It's a mature thing to do.
It's up to you guys, and walked out. And apparently Derek Walton was was really messed
Shook.
up by. Oh yeah, he was shook. And apparently he didn't want to go. He didn't want to get back on a plane.
Wow.
But
I don't blame
he wasn't going to stand up and say he didn't want to go. So apparently he just kind of stood there and kept his mouth shut and didn't really say anything. Obviously they decided to go. And they won it.
And look at him now. Derek Walton he had one of the. He's playing out his mind right now.
Yeah.
So
Playing well.
yeah,
that's
and
pretty
what's
crazy.
so funny about it too is all their jerseys and all that were on the plane that crashed.
And they couldn't
And they
take it
took,
off.
I believe they took the Pistons jet over to wherever.
Oh, is that what they did?
So they took the Pistons jet and completely didn't even cross their minds to grab jerseys or something along those lines.
It was because when a plane crash, there's an investigation, so they couldn't take anything off the
Oh,
plane.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
a good point. It
So-
seems like but
yeah.
anyways, they got there and they wore practice jerseys and blue shorts because that was all they had.
They wore their practice jerseys, and then none of them had their shoes, so they kind of had to scrummage up some shoes at the
Sure,
arena.
The Pistons plane is packed.
So-
with them.
Oh, I mean, they're playing in an NBA basketball arena. It's not going to be hard to find shoes,
Right.
but you know they're all playing in
Oh,
shoes
totally.
that aren't theirs. That'd be
It's just wild.
yeah.
It kind of almost makes me think that's a huge reason they are playing so well.
Oh, absolutely,
Imagine
something
that
like
bonding you create.
that.
with
Rally the
people.
troops.
I apologize for not knowing this, but where was their destination at? Was it
DC.
DC?
I
Okay.
didn't know that either.
So they took another plane after that one crashed?
The next morning,
I
they
bet-
flew out the day of the game.
They didn't just get a bus or something after that? You'd think
No,
they
don't
probably
know
might
if-
not have had time for a bus.
That's what I don't
I
know.
don't think
yeah.
so.
Dude, you'd think they'd figure something else out other than a plane, especially if your point guard shook. I mean, more people are obviously shook too, but
yeah, but I mean,
what are you going to do?
yeah, but yeah, I'd be shitting my pants, dude.
Man,
I couldn't
that
imagine.
windstorm was crazy. We
No,
lost
it's-
power. You didn't have to experience it, but
No.
actually, you didn't lose power.
I didn't.
No,
My
I-
house didn't either.
I guess I should speak for myself. I lost power.
Most
I had-
people lost power. I was lucky.
Were you
I
still
didn't.
out of it when you were leaving?
No, we got it back about 24 hours after, but it
Dang,
was supposed to be down till like today. So
unbelievable.
thank God it came back on.
I went to Costco today, and there was the lady checking us out. Didn't have power. Hasn't had
Still?
it since. Yeah, and she's living in her house. Or I think she said her house is 45 degrees.
Oh
It's like,
jeez.
oh my god,
It sucked.
it would just be terrible. Did you guys experience that a few Christmases ago when we had a massive? I think it was an ice storm or something, and tons of people lost power.
I can't say I remember that.
I lose power every time the wind blows, so it could have been a number of times for me. But
Yeah, it sucked. A week leading to Christmas, we didn't have power.
Yeah, you guys
we
had
were
to stay in a
staying
hotel,
at
right?
a hotel by Great Lakes Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was terrible. It sucked.
power outages, I didn't realize. I mean,
I feel
You don't
so damn helpless.
you don't realize how attached you are to technology until a power outage. Really,
I couldn't agree more.
it's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Dayton,
Anything?
did you do anything crazy? I don't
Yeah,
know.
actually, I was gonna bring something.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the most memorable, I guess, other than seeing my family, which it was nice again to see them. But I went to Wahlburgers in Detroit.
Oh, I didn't go. I was
You didn't
supposed.
go? You
I was
were
supposed
talking
to.
about it.
I was supposed to. Didn't end up working out.
It Look, dude, it was worth every minute of the drive. I drove 45 plus minutes, and I got a barbecue bacon burger. So it was white cheddar,
Not mad at
bacon, barbecue sauce, avocado spread,
Oh,
and I was just in heaven. Oh my
Wow.
god, it
I
was unbelievable.
really want to go. Every time I walk by it, though, the line is down the block.
ooh,
We got in 5 minute wait.
wow.
Got a table in 5 minutes.
That's awesome. I've heard there's a burger there where the bun is actually just a grilled cheese.
It is.
Whoa.
They
That
have
sounds fantastic.
they have a
All I'm saying.
it's a Thanksgiving dinner sandwich. It's like stuffing, turkey burger, cranberry
Oh
sauce.
my gosh.
It's all this ridiculous stuff, and I almost got that, but
Sounds
I
like-
pussied out.
Sounds like Dog Central for burgers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
But-
So wait, is that actually Mark Wahlberg's?
it's like him and his brothers. There, I think they all kind of own it, but it's actually I don't know if it's Donnie or I can't remember the other brother's name, but Mark actually didn't start the restaurant chain. It was one of the brothers, but now he's kind of in on it.
I think he was there like last week or something.
Not too well. He shows up to the Detroit one a lot supposedly,
Yeah.
and they just recently opened. I don't know when did that open? A couple
a few months ago, yeah.
Not even a few months ago, and just pictures of Mark and just Transformers. Like that's not even a good movie, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
That was so
put the
bad.
good movies up on the wall. You know? But it
Patriots
was sweet.
Day.
Highly
It's a
recommended.
bad time, Bob.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But
And that's just downtown Detroit.
downtown Detroit, right off of Monroe.
Not
Or no, I'm sorry,
heard that.
Jefferson. Right off of
It's
Jefferson.
it's in Greektown.
Greektown. Yep.
Huh.
So if you're ever down there, actually, it's funny. There's a Five Guys about a city block down the road from.
Not even.
Not even.
Across the street.
Yeah, you know where it is, and
Yeah.
Is it dead?
No, it
mean,
Five Guys
thrives.
Burgers and Fries?
it's just
It
it's,
thrives
it's kind of it's not ironic. It's just funny how it's two burger joints right across from each other, but
in Greektown too.
in Greektown, yeah.
Not even Greek food.
Yeah, true. I'm not a huge fan of Greektown. I've been there once.
Well, where'd you go, Pegasus?
Yeah.
Pegasus.
That was impressive.
Every time I've heard about somebody talk about Pegasus, they always come away a little disappointed.
It was the only time I've ever experienced it, and I went,
Fill me
I
in.
don't need to.
Fill me
Rest
in
of
on
my life.
Pegasus. I don't know.
It's just a Greek restaurant
It's
in
very,
Greektown.
it's very Greek though.
It's
Oh.
it's like the nicest restaurant probably in Greektown.
I went with the Austins.
I can't say I've ever been, but I've always just heard disappointment. I went to Pizza Popolis though, which is in Greektown, which is fantastic.
I have heard nothing
heard
but
of
good
that.
about that.
It is. I had a calzone.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, it was huge, and it was phenomenal. Let me tell you.
Is calzone, is that a very Greek thing?
No, calzone's pizza.
It's
It's calzone's almost like a pizza quesadilla.
No,
if I had to describe
yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe Greek people
Like a
sort of
Greek
in-
food.
If that was
Yeah,
a
I think
big
it's
Greek thing. Or
I think it still falls under the Italian pizza.
Italian, yeah.
But yeah,
No,
Pizza
that's-
Popolis. I want to go there. Dana was telling me about how when she went down there.
It's unbelievable. There's so many cool things in Detroit these days. I love
really,
it.
I love Detroit.
Campus Martius. I actually got a good look at that place the other day. That
Ice
or-
skating rink's not still up, is it?
It's not still up. No, I don't think so. But that place is cool.
It's really cool.
Everyone was just so good vibes. Like everyone was so happy and walking
Yeah.
around and.
Did you see it's by Campus Marches, but there's almost a big window and there's a little basketball court waiting
Yeah.
up there.
It's
that
it's a scoreboard that it's not like I don't think it's,
It's
a
not
basketball.
a court.
Is that
It's
It's
a
as a-
Brad's basement kind of.
Oh, okay.
Court, in a
Gotcha.
way. I just thought that was funny.
What? That's probably the
Cool.
Quicken Loans building, right?
Yeah,
Gilbert?
it is
Okay.
in the Quicken Loans building actually.
Wait, what does Mitch Benz work for?
Quicken Loans?
Yeah,
He's an intern there.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. Campus Marches is awesome. I'm seeing a concert. They hold concerts there all the time that are free. Like I went and saw American
Really?
Authors, who
Yeah.
is a relatively
Holy
big
hell.
name band, and they have
Sweet.
some huge hits.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I went and saw them for free in Campus Marches, and there was 100 people there. It wasn't packed at all. It was really cool.
That is
But they do a lot of cool things down there. They have the ice skating rink in the winter with the big Christmas tree.
I loved that. I went there. It was really cool. Awesome vibes.
Yeah, I love it.
Detroit. It's exciting to see what's happening. With Detroit.
They're putting that train. They put in a train that goes all the way up Woodward. It takes you downtown. So it's like $1.
Huge construction project.
It's done.
Done.
They're about to put it in.
The train's going to be up and running in April.
Wow.
That's soon.
that soon.
Wow.
I think originally it was gonna be next fall, but I think they got done way sooner than they expected. But yeah, it was a hot mess for a little while.
I'm telling you right now, that could single-handedly change a lot of Detroit. Because a huge reason I don't never want to go down there is parking is expensive.
It's expensive. It's hard to find a spot. Literally, if you park in Midtown or anywhere up by Woodward, it's $1.50 for convenience to get up and down there. Anna stays in Midtown, so it's a little different for me.
Mm-hmm.
But hop on the trains, go to the bars, and then you don't have to worry about driving. Takes you right back. It's awesome.
See the whole city in one train ride, probably, right? Just about.
Takes you right past the Little Caesars building.
Wow.
That's neat.
So that'll be awesome. It takes you right through everything.
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
What's the status? Where are we at in the NHL season in the sense of do the Red Wings, is that
I think
kind
it's
of moving forward?
Playoffs are about to start. I don't think the
They
Wings
are
are going to
about to
make
start.
it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
First time in 22 years, 23 years that we
Really?
haven't made it.
We make it. It seems like we make it every year, probably because we do. I'm the wrong guy to ask about this.
Listen, this is going to be the first year since we've been alive they haven't made it. It's been over 20.
wow.
I'm almost positive it's been over 20 straight years that we've made it.
And lately, we have been on that bubble. I
Right,
know for a while we've been pretty close.
We've been on the lower half, still kind of making it, just scraping by. But I think
now we're
this year,
finally going to fall off. Wow.
Yeah, at least the old man's not around to see it. Illich.
Yeah, I guess. That's,
But
crazy stuff, yeah.
that Little Caesars building will be cool.
Yeah,
Little
well,
Caesars building, and then
Pistons. Pistons will be in there.
pretty close to it, correct? It's going to be almost
No, the Pistons are going to be playing inside of Little Caesars. They're playing
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh, I did know that, but I never, for some reason.
So it's going to be a
until now.
huge, they'll have to take the ice out, bring the basketball court in,
Wow.
stuff like that. A lot of places do it though. It's not that uncommon.
Yep.
they're not aiming to get rid of the Palace by any means.
Absolutely. The Palace is getting
It
torn
just
down.
got redone. That's what's so crazy. They just put something like $200 million into fixing
Really?
seats and improving suites and
I
all
did
this
not-
stuff. Put a ton of money into it, and then next thing I saw is they're moving.
They're
I was
just
like, whoa.
raising it
I
and
didn't-
getting rid of it.
Yep, they're taking it off. I'm pretty sure they already have some bidders on the land
Oh boy.
because
Wait.
it's an expensive piece of property.
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
heard
It's
that.
it's a huge piece of property right off the freeway in Auburn Hills. It's a very expensive piece of land, and they
Really? I
don't
didn't know
want to do the same thing that they did with the Superdome. The Superdome
Leave
is
it.
just a dump
And let it rot.
and let it exactly. Try to get some use out of it here and there. They don't want to make that mistake, so they're gonna get their money and they're gonna take it down once
Holy
Little
crap.
Caesars is up and running.
Wow. Even, I wonder where concerts are going to start being in that
Little
sense.
Caesars
Oh, that stinks.
When you
stinks for us.
For us. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
we're
saying.
close to
I mean,
Palace.
Huh. Interesting.
It's just the movement of everything. They're trying to bring everything back into Detroit. All the concerts are going to start moving back there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
It's great to see. I love it.
speaking of concerts, are you guys planning on? Because it's concert season's about to start up.
It
Are
is
you guys?
about that time of year.
You guys ready for any concerts? Do you have any tickets yet?
I have some tickets for a few concerts.
Okay. What do you got?
Really?
Well, pending my travel plans,
Oh,
I
that's
have
right.
a ticket saved for Zach Brown Band. That
Oh,
is early June.
Nice.
I have a ticket for Train.
I have a ticket for Train as
I
well.
bet
Do you
Train.
really?
I have 2 tickets for Train. I'm looking for someone to
Really?
go with. If you want to go
Of course I'd go
Do you
with
want
you.
Brad?
Absolutely.
Brad has a
100%.
Brad has a 4-pack. Well, a whole squad will be there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, let's talk.
It
We
looks-
can go to my house before.
we're
if we want.
squadding up before the
Oh,
Train concert.
we'll get a
can
whole
walk
squad
over
at
from
your
my
house.
Nice.
That'd be a blast.
And then I haven't got tickets yet, but the plan is to go and see my man Bruno Mars in Chicago.
Oh.
Oh my, that would be
Nice.
cool.
That's in August. That's pretty. Yeah, so that's a little while away, but that's the plan.
Hint, hint, and a present for Mason.
Something.
Or,
Or-
yeah.
Yes. Birthday.
Cinco de Mayo.
Actually, already have a $150 coupon to Ticketmaster,
Oh,
Really?
wait.
So-
coupon? Like a
or like a
coupon? Gift card.
gift certificate, gift
Oh,
card.
wow.
So I got $150 to Ticketmaster, and so does she each.
How did you get that?
Her parents gave it to us for Christmas, $150 each.
Because they couldn't. And Jonah's like, see ya. No.
You take that money and get the hell out of here.
Is that because you guys couldn't go to some concert or something?
Yes, we're planning on going to the Lumineers, but
Another good one that would have been good to go
Oh, it
to.
would have been
Jonah,
fantastic.
I think you're one of the most impressive concert attendees I really know.
Really, I don't.
You go to so many. It
I
blows
see.
me away.
See, I don't feel like I've
Brad.
been to that many.
Brad, yeah.
I feel like it's more quality over quantity. I've been
That's
to.
part of it.
I've
That's
been to
why.
like good concerts. I wouldn't say I've been to a ton, but the ones I've been to have been pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm
I
always
can't
impressed
complain.
with your resume.
You go to all the concerts where I just say, "Dang, I wish I had a ticket to that." You know, a lot of artists.
You know, I'm not a big rap guy, so I don't go to the Wiz concert.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
go
I've
to
never
the
been to
ASAP
those really
concert.
either.
You know, I don't.
Kid Cudi.
I went to Kid Cudi. I did go.
There
to
was a
Kid
Jonah
Cudi.
spotting at that one.
That was a while back. But,
Yeah,
you know,
that one was a while.
it's
4
not-
years.
It's not my type of music.
Yeah.
I still should have. I'm still deciding whether or not to go to Homecoming or Kid Cudi. I just still can't make up my mind.
Dayton, just drawing a blank.
Oh. Actually, one cool thing I saw in the news, I guess our current events status, is a guy stand-up paddled across the Atlantic Ocean.
I did see that.
Really cool. And you should see, all you have to do is look up Chris Bertish, Bertish, for the picture, but you should see this thing
This
he's
craft.
on. Look at that.
He paddled that.
Stand-up paddled across the 4,050 nautical miles of
Was
the
he-
Atlantic.
Was he watching like
Is it nautical?
Castaway on that thing during his voyage,
Is it
watching
na-
movies?
is it
I don't know,
nautical
I've never
mile?
seen Castaway, so I couldn't tell you.
Is a nautical mile any different than a mile?
That is
That's
what
what I
I
wanna
don't
know.
know. Part of me makes me think a nautical mile, because waves are always pushing you back, sort of, or pushing, so it's kind of mile with an asterisk, whether it's pushing you forward or pulling you back.
Listen,
I don't know.
That's my complete
Whatever
guess.
he-
Well,
That's impressive.
regardless,
that's impressive.
Yeah, 93 days
Oh, jeez,
paddling
that is
his
impressive.
ass off.
It
I
doesn't
could do
matter. You can put an asterisk next to that.
You
This
could do it my ass. Yeah, surfer boy.
is that what you just said? I could do it. Oh my god!
Have you guys ever tried stand-up paddling?
It's not
Uh-huh.
easy.
It's
fun.
no, it's actually not as hard as you think.
It's a good workout.
It's very, very.
I mean, if it's a wavy,
wavy,
day,
because I've done a lot of wavy paddling, it is extremely hard.
like just like a paddleboard.
Paddleboard when it's wavy and it's rough.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I've never really done it when it's been like super crazy out, but paddleboarding, it looks harder than it is. I
That
would
is
say.
very
There's yoga classes on
There
paddleboards.
is.
Yes,
That-
that,
That would be
awesome.
crazy.
It's intense. Miss Kathy does, Olivia's mom, or she used to, anyways, or was telling me about it. I guess.
Wow.
But it would be intense.
That would be your balance would be uncanny.
Unbelievable.
You just get, but if you get hot, you just jump in the water, hop back out.
Yeah, a hot
I heard it's a
Natural hot
leg
yoga.
workout and a half is what I've
That's
heard.
what I'm thinking. Keeping your
Trying to balance? You kidding me?
Toppling
You would
trigger,
be
you kidding me?
sore in muscles you didn't even know you had.
That's one thing I miss about yoga is how you'd wake up and you'd feel sore and you'd be like, gosh, why are like my fingers sore? You know, you'd wake up.
nothing's better than it's a brutal wake up, but getting up at 5 in the morning or something like that, going to hot yoga on even a winter,
Hot
maybe
yoga.
during Christmas break or something like that, it might be one of the best things. Cause
Hot yoga is slept on.
So
I
slept on.
agree.
It's life changing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, anyways, I guess
On that note,
you guys have anything else you want to add in from the week? I don't think there. I was gone all week in Mexico, so I don't have a lot of current events for that sense. But
No real current events. I went to church this morning, and
same.
this
Good
yeah
to hear.
okay, Jonah. This train of thought is kind of weird, or not weird. It's long, so just cut me some slack
let
here.
me hear it.
I'm in church. There's a lot of old people around me, and I'm just thinking, I wonder how many like different diseases and things are in this room with me right now. Like not like diseases, but you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying. Not
Viruses.
dementia, diabetes,
Yeah.
Oh okay yeah.
arthritis, which brings me to my next point. Because I read an article on arthritis. Supposedly, it is extremely common to get arthritis at any point in your life. Like right now, if you woke up and you were aching and whatever, and you went to the doctor, there's a very good chance they could tell you have arthritis.
Oh.
Already.
Like a permanent like diagnosis of arthritis, or is it like a temporary like?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the case, but you can develop it at any age, and I was always under the impression it was for...
Well, I think it's still
I think that
primarily
works with a
old.
lot of stuff.
It's still like primarily old people. I think.
According
As
to
the
the...
tendons get worn down and stuff.
But that's what kind of struck me was according to the article I read that I did find on
Equal
CNN,
opportunity.
which I would say is a valid source.
Yep.
There are more people now, given there's not that many people above the age of 65, but there are way more below the age of 65, and even younger that have a lot of arthritis,
Interesting. Yeah.
which is terrifying because we text all day, we play video games,
Oh
we
yeah.
use technology
When I'm-
and stuff. Just as far as our hands, I guess that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
when I'm typing, I realize
But
tunnel.
does arthritis come from is it like an overuse thing, or like is it just, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if
know.
there's a correlation between the use of your fingers and stuff and arthritis. I don't know if you know that or
Well, it's like this. I was told in my business class, my teacher worked at Dow. Long story short, she had to take a ton of courses on posture and how to type at a computer because apparently a ton of people at Dow were getting arthritis just all of a sudden. So
Wow.
supposedly it could be overuse, but it's just how you do things, your mechanics and whatnot. And it obviously isn't just in your hands. It could be in your back, your knees, your ankles.
My
but-
mom just about can't play tennis anymore. She has to wear she can, I guess, but she has to wear a strap on her hand. For some reason, the way a tennis racket works with her arm just kills. Can't even hold it after a few
Dang.
swings.
That's interesting.
It stinks.
That's
We played a lot more back in the Dizzy, but now we played on vacation and it was fine actually, but a while ago it was terrible. She couldn't even, and it would hurt for a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And I guess I don't know if that's arthritis because it would hurt. It would like ache for a
I
long
wonder
time.
what the
well,
difference...
I just don't
because
even. I don't know a lot about
arthritis is more joints.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know where your mom's pain is.
don't
I'm not a doctor,
Yeah.
but if it was more like muscular, I don't think that's arthritis.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
So
interesting.
you're full of shit.
They're
Carpal tunnel, it's bad.
the article was making a connection between the opioid crisis and arthritis. You can kind of trace it back because people are getting these painkillers for pain management.
Interesting.
Speaking of painkillers, there's a new lawsuit against the NFL by a bunch of old players that are suing them for their painkiller prescribing, and that they're saying that teams just like very nonchalantly were prescribing painkillers without like direct
Causation.
directions, or like directions on like when to take it, how much to take.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
dosage.
I have not read up on the topic. I
Yeah.
just saw kind of a thing that there's a lawsuit being brought against teams and
Wow.
against the NFL about painkiller
It truly
use.
does not surprise me at all.
No.
Which, who knows, that could lead toward the NFL maybe going toward marijuana or something.
Interesting. Could be some big steps.
Something needs to be done.
It's
something
so
needs to be
bad.
done.
I think I brought it up before on this, but the prescription thugs thing and the WWE and those guys, because they do that ridiculous body stuff where they do really get hurt, and doctors literally throwing pain pills at them and say that's all they can really do.
It can't be good for you.
No,
It
it's
can't be
not.
better than marijuana.
No, and they've
It's not.
proven, those things are so horrible for you, and so easily addictive, and it's sad.
Yep.
very sad.
It leads to like heroin and
It's a
other
slippery
drugs
slope.
like that because
It's cheaper.
It's-
Heroin's a lot
yeah,
cheaper.
if you get addicted to those painkillers, then you want to keep getting them, and they're expensive and they're hard to get, and so heroin, which is like very similar and gives similar effects,
Cheaper
is
alternative.
way cheaper,
Yeah.
easier to get, and that's
Yeah.
how a lot of people get hooked. Is they go in for major surgery and they get these painkillers and then they get hooked.
Yeah, when I was addicted, that was the first thing I went to.
I don't know why that's funny. That's
It's not funny.
It's a serious issue in our society.
Yeah.
People seriously struggle with that.
Anyways,
But-
we got. I said anyways. We have St. Patrick's Day coming right around the
We do.
corner.
We do.
Next time you hear us,
Wait, do we have St. Patrick's Day or do we have Josh's birthday?
Well, I make the same argument.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. It's gonna
March
be
17th.
March 17th. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be 20.
Hopefully, we'll all be around to do a podcast on Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
still breathing.
We're not in jail.
Some of us
I'll
didn't.
be fresh in a new decade of my life.
Yeah. Some of us almost didn't make it out last year, but
Hey, you live and you learn.
yeah.
You
I'm
learn
not,
and you live.
Not pointing any fingers.
Hate yourself. Okay. Anyways, did it again. Is that pretty much all that's happened this week? Anything else? Any last remarks?
I'm good.
No, I don't have anything too thought-provoking or
No,
intriguing.
just keep looking for those Twitter polls
Yep.
and give us a follow.
We're gonna have a Twitter poll on Wednesday. I have some sweet would you rather's that I've kind
Yeah.
of found and
Yeah,
some
they're
good
gonna-
ones that
I have a good one. I sent Dayton. I'll send.
Cool.
I think we could put it on.
These questions will get better and better as the weeks
Yeah.
go on. We have a plethora
maybe
of
even
some.
start doing a couple because I've got,
Yeah, we yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
I've got
Yes,
a nice
just start-
wallet full of them.
Just don't be afraid to visit our Twitter page sporadically throughout the week.
Yeah, give us a vote. We won't.
Give us a follow.
We'll talk
Tell
about
your
it.
friends.
Tell your friends, and you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes now, and Twitter,
That's
of
right.
course. So if that's gonna do it, boys, I think that's gonna do it. We'll see you next Sunday. Without further ado, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.